All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Set. 19. 44. 31. Come on.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Again, it's Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes back. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans push further out in front. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 10, Luck again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Watson. And he fires one incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Watson. Finding fouls complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw is Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans push further out in front. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Roderick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On 1st down, it's Watson. To the catch made by Hopkins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans push further out in front. Now, 1st quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, well, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Reed. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson operating from the gun. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Watson. Dancing to his left. 20! He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Inside the 5 to the 4. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Jags grab it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Luck. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
You're set. 19. 25. 24.
On 1st and 10, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw is Love. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Luck. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Love. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver.
And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will shave one more off this lead. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
And pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
Get set. 19. Check. Put it on. We got this.
On first down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them are running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Locke. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will get him one closer. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and 2, Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Telvin Smith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
DeAndre Hopkins, once again, the intended target. Watson on 1st down. He finds Hopkins complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 32 on the play. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. He's got Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans push further out in front. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Check out. 675.
On 1st down, it's locked. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 47 yards. And my goodness, another interception. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Check it out, read. 11Z.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, high 7.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. He was looking that time for Stills. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Let's go, D.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Luck looking long for Westbrook. He's got a man complete. 33 yards that time. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Play action. It's locked. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. Now it's locked. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The sack there by J.J. Watt. After the sack on 1st down, Luck.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Recon, 132, Fox.
From the red zone now, Luck. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one...
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Throwing again on 2nd down. McCarron. That's going to be caught. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big third down play there for the Jags. 63 yards on the ground. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal. Luck now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the text,
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up, yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright, yeah. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, never brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Putting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies I done grabbed if you can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't